the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. On today's video, I have a current favorites to bring you. I know I haven't done a monthly favorites in I think 2 months, so it was time for an updated one. So grab a snack and let's just get started. I brought a little notepad and I've been writing down everything that I like from the month of July and August. I was very sick for most part of those months, but I still had a few things that I wanted to mention. So let's get started with this list. Something I really enjoyed during this time was vlogging. I didn't vlog a lot on the days that I was not feeling well, of course, but on the days that I did get to go out and do things, I made sure to do little clips so then I could just compile everything together into a monthly vlog. And that is something that I'm going to be doing every month. At least I'm hoping that I can stick with it because I had a lot of fun editing. It took me a long time to edit because there were a lot of clips, but I had a lot of fun reviewing the final video, and I hope everybody's enjoying it because I've seen a lot of views on them, so at least somebody gotta be watching. One of the major things that also happened during this time is that I got Taylor Swift concert tickets. And I don't know if I ever mentioned, but I tried to get concert tickets for the first round of concerts with my friend Val from YouTube, and we just missed out. The website was not working. You already know what happened with Ticketmaster, so I don't have to go into much detail with that. But this time around, we were able to score tickets, and I am so excited that I'm gonna be able to go with her. But I just did not realize that I was going to be next year. Like, I literally thought this was going to be October, like 2023. It wasn't until a few days later that I saw a meme somewhere that I saw the year, and I was like, wait a minute, what? But thankfully, she just recently announced that she was going to be in theaters with a little documentary situation for the Eras Tour, and I am also going with her. So I am very excited to at least get a preview of how the concert is. I know how I'm saying this as if I wasn't watching every weekend a live stream on TikTok. Another thing that I've been enjoying a lot lately is the Bobby Goods coloring books. They're so cute. I don't own one, but I love watching literally everybody on TikTok use them because they're the most relaxing videos ever. My friend actually purchased some of the digital downloads for me, and my fiance printed them at work in this thicker paper, and I've had the time of my life coloring them. They're just so relaxing. I love them, and I really hope this month I'm able to buy the coloring book once it restocks because it's time. I ran out of printables. I need the real thing. Now moving on to the book category. I don't have a very long list for books, but don't worry, I will make up in the other categories. I just wasn't feeling well enough to read as many books as I usually do, but the ones that I did, I really enjoyed. So let's get started with One Italian Summer. I had picked Italian and Paris vibe books so I could read during my trip, but I didn't read anything because there was just no time to read. Either way, I already had them downloaded on my Kindle, so when I got back and I finally got around to reading, I was able to kind of remember some of the memories from the trip. One Italian Summer is a story about a daughter whose mom passes away very early on in the book, and she goes on a trip that she had envisioned going with her mother, and that's something that the mother had done when she was young, and it was one of the biggest experiences that she had and always spoke about to her. And when she goes on this trip, she encounters people and just things that remind her a lot of her, and it just kind of gives her a connection to her mother and just helps her grieve. And it's a really good book. I was a little confused at the beginning because I don't know what I was expecting but I really like this story. I gave it 4 stars. I didn't give it 5 because I don't feel like I would reread it, but it was a very warm, nice read. The next book I read is When in Rome, and this is one that I just did not expect that it was going to turn out the way it did. I don't read book descriptions at all because then I'm able to kind of make out the whole story before even reading it, and it just kind of bores me a little bit when I do it that way. But when I go in without knowing anything, I enjoy the book a lot more. So When in Rome, I assume it was going to be somebody who travels to Rome, Italy, and falls in love and has adventures or something, but this is actually a story about a singer, a very famous singer, who needs to take a break from her life, and she goes to this very small town called Rome, like Rome, Kentucky, maybe? I don't remember like what state it is, but it's basically here in the US. And she ends up, her car ends up breaking down in front of this man's house, and it's basically a love story. You can kind of make out what's gonna happen next. But it is a very, very cute book. I enjoyed it a lot. It felt a little like too easy at times, and then I noticed who the author was like later on, and I'm like, girl, you could have saved yourself from this one, because she's the same author from that cheat room or the cheat sheet, something like that. I'm going to put the cover here because I don't remember exactly the name of the book right now, but it kind of had like that same easy vibe that the conflict just gets resolved very quickly. Either way, it was a really good book. I gave it 3 stars. And the last book is this one. I don't know how to pronounce the last word, so I'm not even gonna try. This book was very unexpected for me as well. I mean, I feel like at this point I should just like note that something is gonna be unexpected when I don't read what the description is about, but I definitely did not see this one coming. I didn't even like go in wanting to read this book. I wanted to read the second part of this one that I saw at Barnes & Noble. It is this one. So then when I looked it up on the app to download it on my Kindle, I saw that this was a second part. So obviously I couldn't just start with the second book. So I downloaded the first book, and it was this. It was a interesting read. I don't know what to share without giving the whole thing away. So you can just look up the description. I gave it 4 stars, and I think I'm going to read the second part because that was literally the reason why I read this one. I am very excited to enter my little bridal book era, but I need recommendations. Are there any books that you have read that have like a wedding theme that are not like sad? Leave it in the comments if you do. Thank you. Now moving on to TV, I have been enjoying Switched at Birth, which is probably the most random show for me to watch right now. It aired like 100 years ago, and I knew about it, like I was aware of the show when it was airing at the time, but for some reason I just was never interested in watching. But then TikTok got to me. One of the days that I was very sick, I stumbled upon this like account that just shares clips of TV shows and movies, and for some reason I get so hooked on those. I was like deep into the Grey's Anatomy TikToks for like a while, and it's like 3-minute clips, so like a lot can go down in those clips. And when I was doing my little deep diving on this person's account, I saw one for Switched at Birth, and I really liked it. Like I was very intrigued by that 3-minute clip that it got me to watching the actual show. So shout out to that person. I have no idea who they are, but I really enjoyed watching TV through there. I don't know, it's like something weird about me. And I have been very, very, very into the show. I am on almost done with season 1, but it's a lot of episodes, and I don't watch TV like at all times, but every time I do, I'm like, I want to watch another one. Another show that I have to mention, of course, is The Summer I Turned Pretty. My god, that show has put me through so much. Like, I don't understand how I can be so invested about this like teenager's love life when I have, first of all, already read the books. I know what's gonna happen, like kind of, and like I'm like a lot older. Like why am I so like crying about these children? It literally makes no sense. But here are my final thoughts about the show, like about the season. I love season 1 so much more. Of course, if you know the books, you know that this one was going to be like a sad one. But the first one is just, it was so good. It was so much better than the book, and I have never said that before. I mean, I'm sure I shared that here already about this when I was reading the books, because I was reading them, I believe, like a year ago, and I really liked them, but I just like the show a lot better. I hate that for this season, like so many characters were written off, kind of, like just, we like don't talk about them. I thought we were gonna see some more of, I don't remember the names right now, but like the people that live there at the beach, they're all like so fun and they add so much to the show. But it was only the main people and then the aunt with the kid, and it's like, I'm like not vibing with this. Like I want something happy. The whole thing with Belly going back and forth with the kids gave me like major One Tree Hill vibes when Brooke asked Peyton if she's okay with Brooke dating Lucas, and she's like, yes, I don't like him, I don't have feelings for him, blah blah that, just to be like deeply in love with him, and then ends up like just getting with him while he's already in a relationship with Brooke. It's like literally so annoying. It drives me crazy when that happens. Like, you had a chance to speak up and say that you wanted that person and you didn't. So now you have to just like repress that feeling and move on with your life. Either way, I really like this season. Obviously, I was glued to the TV every time there was an episode, and oh my god, every time the mom, like there were some flashbacks of the mom, I would sob. Like, I would cry so much. When we find out that Belly has her middle name, like has her name as her middle name, my heart, I just couldn't. It was literally so sad, and I feel for them. And then I saw TikToks that say that this all happened in the span of like 1 month. That's insane. Like, that's just too many things for 1 month. And of course, I have to mention the Barbie movie. It was probably one of my favorite movies I've seen. It is funny, deep, entertaining. I don't know. It's just everything. It's like such a great movie. I enjoy watching it. I wanted to immediately go and rewatch it, but I wasn't able to find anybody else to rewatch it with. And yeah, I'm still waiting. So if you want to rewatch it with me, hit me up. I would be more than glad to do so. On to that nail polish category. I have so many collections to talk about. For starters, finding red eye lacquer has been like a blessing and also a curse, because now I want everything on their website. I love their New York artist collection. I did 2 videos here about it. I mean, I don't know if the last one has aired yet. Maybe not. I'm not sure about the schedule for these videos, but I really love that finish. They're so vibrant, they're so pretty. I feel like they're perfect for the summer, perfect for Miami. I don't know, like the owner is the nicest person ever. Can I just keep saying nicest things? I don't know. I'm going to be leaving links to like the brands that I talk about, the collections, anything that I can find, so it can be easier for you to search through them. But yes, I really love red eye lacquer. I also really like Kelly's Galaxy remix with Orly. They were so pretty, especially the pink and the light blue. I'm going to include pictures here so you can see them. I was so happy to finally grab like one of her collabs, because I've been watching her forever and I always want to support her by like purchasing one of her collabs, but then I never do. So this was finally my chance to get them, and I am so in love with those colors. They're like the perfect Barbie colors too, which is very like on brand for this month that just happened. I really like them, and now she just recently released a Halloween advent calendar situation. I'm going to include a picture here so you can see it. It is so cute. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing, because I am on a serious no buy. Like, I seriously need to start saving my money. But if you want to try out Orly or just support her and you're like a fan of hers, you should definitely check that out because it's very cute. And I know that on the website there's spoilers in case you want to like make sure you're going to like them. But if not, you can just purchase it and have a nice surprise every day. And for the last nail polish collection, Book of Hexes by Lights Lacquer has been such a cool collection. Probably like one of the coolest ones they have released. The branding, the polishes, the finish, like everything has just been so perfect. I really loved it, and I had to give a huge shout out to True Blood because I am not a red polish lover, but for some reason this one is so pretty. And I also really love the red eye lacquer. That was a little hard to say which it's like what's happening with me liking red. Maybe it's the hair, I don't know. But I really love True Blood. It is so pretty. And on that note, should I watch True Blood? Because I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I don't know if I'm going to be scared. Anyways, these are all my favorites for the month. I hope I didn't miss anything. And I hope that I don't miss another favorites video, because then the list won't be so big. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment telling me what was your favorite from the past month, or your current favorite, whichever one you prefer. And I'll see you next week for another video. Bye.